There was a confusion that morning of my audition about my union status. I'll never forget. And they just said I didn't need to come in. And I don't know why that broke me. I had overalls on because I thought like that's what Rabbit would wear.
Okay.
Out, in his little garden.
Yeah.
And I just started taking my overalls off one by one until I swear to God, I was just naked in my kitchen. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Welcome to Life Changing Money, a podcast all about one of the most taboo topics in the world, money. I'm your host, Barbara Strehans, and we're going behind the scenes on business owners' journeys to money, success, and wealth. Let's get started.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Life Changing Money. I am so excited to have the Marisa Corcoran on the podcast. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. This is so cool.
Well, you've just been like pouring into our retreat attendees this week, and thank you for being there.
Oh, thank you. As I said yesterday, I think it was one of the best rooms I've ever been in. And I think that such a reflection of you as the leader of that room. And you could really feel that. So,
well, I heard you speak last year at a room I was in with Mike and Nino. And I was just like, oh, we love Mike. Thank you, Mike. You were brought up a lot this week. We had a lot of your people in there. And yeah, I was like, well, I just have to have her in. I don't care what you talk about. Just your energy and your aura and your smile.
Oh, thank you. Well, this is great. I'm going to be listening to this a lot.
And you talk to the ladies about growing your business through summits, which is a really cool idea. Maybe just give them like the 60-second of what a summit is.
Yeah. So a summit is a free online multi-day event. The way that we do ours is it's over 5 days. You pre-record all the interviews, but then they go live during a given week, and people can, sign up with their email and listen in on the interviews. And they're usually around a specific topic. Like mine is around copy. It's called the Copy Chat. So people sign up each season and we have different speakers, like 2 speakers a day, 2 interviews a day people can listen to around, copy trends, what's going on, copy inspiration. And this fall, we'll do our 10th season of the Copy Chat.
And what's cool is you bring in all these other speakers throughout the week. So you're borrowing their audience is what I call it. And so you can grow your own email list even further.
Yeah, I think that's what the magic of a summit gives you. As I always say, it's never not going to grow your audience. You're never going to do a summit and it doesn't grow your audience. And secondly, is it connects you to other people. It creates relationships. Like me speaking at your event is because all those years ago, I pitched Mike to be on the Copy Chat. And then we became colleagues. Now we're one of my bestest friends in the world. He had me speak at his event, and here I am. So it also gives you so many visibility opportunities, connections, collaborations. And when you do the summit well, it can create what I call this purchasing pathway into what you're selling. So you're not just growing your list for the sake of growing your list or your email list. You're really intentional about growing ready to buy people. And I think that that's what a summit has done for me. It's what it's done for my clients and why I love it so much, and just given me so many incredible relationships and connections.
What gave you that idea of a summit?
So I had been a done-for-you copywriter, and I had been writing for people summits. So my clients, some of the projects they were doing summits. So for about 2 years before I did my own, I was writing summit copy for my clients, and I was seeing their success.
Great.
And then I went to a conference where I decided to here's the thing, I could have just figured out how to do it.
Sure.
But I mean, obviously I had all the stuff, but I spent a lot of money because I said, I'm going to put my money, if I put money down, I know I'll do it. And that was, at that time I had 75 people on my email list. As I was saying at the event, 2 of which were my mom and my best friend, Katie, responding to my emails. And I knew I wanted to be the leader of a community. I knew I wanted to grow. And so I created the Copy Chat in the fall of 2018. And a year later, I had 5,000 people on my email list. I had just had a $112,000 launch. A few months later, I would go on to have a $300,000 launch. And, the rest is history. Here we are. So I always say the Copy Chat changed my life. Changed my life. So I'm so grateful that my clients were doing it and kind of paved the way for me.
And something else I love is you just kept doing that. It's like the 10th season of that. You just said you did the 16th season, the Sweet 16.
Sweet 16 round of our signature program, the Copy Confidence Society. Yeah, I think for me, it was the way when I came into kind of the online world, I was so overwhelmed. And then you heard from people, because the copy chat was such a hit in season 1, people said, oh my gosh, you need to do this now and turn it into this. And you should have a podcast and the Instagram and you should do all these programs. And I just knew if I didn't stay focused, I wouldn't really be able to grow. So I said, okay, for the next few years, I just want to do copy chat, Copy Confidence Society, copy chat, Copy Confidence Society, and make that both of those things, this free event, the best thing people could come to, and the program, the best it could be. And because we've done it so many times, we just get to go deeper and deeper and make it better each time.
It's something I teach in the Council Mastermind about Kaizen. Have you heard of that term? It's a Japanese term. It started after World War II, and Toyota had fallen behind Ford. And so they were trying to figure out, how do we like make more money? We're going under, like, what do we do? And Toyota just like said, okay, we have no money in the budget. How can we fix what's going on? And they went to every process in their system and they just tweaked and tweaked and tweaked the same thing. And they ended up being bigger and better than the Ford Motor Company a few years later. And now it's like, you can learn Kaizen in college and get like, I got a certification for it in college. And it's literally just like the 1% tweaks that we can all make in the things we're already doing.
Yes.
But so many business owners, they just see like shiny object syndrome.
And they jump to the next thing.
Yep. Oh, this thing didn't work. It must never work.
And then, but they don't ever gather enough data to know. Like I have so much data to know in our Copy Confidence Society. Like I can go down to, the minute of the webinar and be like, oh, okay, because I've done it so many times. And now my summit clients that I've supported, my one client just coming off the 5th season of her summit. So now she has that. And, one of my other clients will joke with me now. She says, I don't worry about lead generation anymore. I know I can not be worried about all the shiny objects. I can do a trend if I want to or whatever, but I know that if I do my summit, I launch my program, that it's bringing in what I need.
Yeah.
And I love that.
And then if you just get 1% better at these small micro tweaks in what you're already doing, like it makes such a big difference.
Yeah.
Randomly in one of our like last master classes, we had our show up rate way lower. Like we were just like, what in the world? And so, but we were able to go down, okay, which email like didn't go through or which reminder or which this, and it's like, that's when you can fix the problem. But if you're just throwing noodles on the wall and see what sticks. Yeah.
I couldn't agree more.
And so that's something I took away from your talk, which had nothing to do with summits, but it was like, just do the same thing over and over again. But you mentioned being a copywriter for people. How did you even start? Oh my gosh, I said earlier on a podcast today, I was like, when I started my company, I didn't know what a copywriter, like when someone said copywriting, I had no idea what that meant.
That's okay.
I just would like nod and be like, and then I'd Google like copywriter. I don't know. I thought it was like someone that writes for a movie or like
a screenwriter or something.
Maybe, or I don't know what I thought it was, but.
Well, it's so funny that you're asking how I started, because it comes to a term that I didn't know. I always say that Winnie the Pooh broke me. So I was an actor. I got my MFA in acting from Harvard. I got my master's in acting from Harvard.
Ma'am, Harvard?
Ma'am, the real one, Harvard, where Elle Woods went.
Wow.
Me and Elle Woods, one of 16 in my class. And when I came back to New York and I was auditioning, when I wasn't auditioning, I needed a flexible side gig. And one of my best friends, Diana, she was a parent coach. She had been a coach that some of like these incredible, like kind of well-known families in New York City would hire with, to help with their children, like raising these resilient kids. And so she was in this mastermind. And I was like, What's this? What is a mastermind? And it was like the online space. This is 2013. It kind of felt like the Wild West to me. I was like, what is this place? And Di said, they need help in my mastermind writing for their websites and stuff. And you did a little, this is very her personality. She's like, you did a little bit of writing in college, but you'd be great. So she threw me into it. And I just thought I was a great writer, like a storyteller. And I thought, okay, let me try this if I can make my own schedule. And the first client I ever had asked me to write a JV packet. I had no clue what that was.
I'm like, what's a JV?
I'll tell you in a second. I remember saying to her, I go, oh my God, amazing. I would love, the improv in me. I go, yes, and I go, yes, I would love to write a JV packet for you. Could you just maybe attach a couple of them that you've seen that you like, so I could just get some inspiration for your style. And so what I learned is I was writing a joint venture packet, which is what they used to call an affiliate packet. They were going to be an affiliate for somebody, and they wanted their copy to kind of be zhuzhed. And that was my first client. And then I had clients where I hit it out of the park. I had clients.
Okay, but you did a thing that you had no idea what it was, but like, how did you get the good writing?
How did I get like my writing to be good? Yeah. So I was still acting. And what I realized, to bring it back to the Winnie the Pooh, is two things: is I was still acting, but when I was writing for my clients, I realized that it was the same thing as when you were on stage. Like, okay, what do I want to get from the other person? Which is what our acting teachers would teach us. And I was like, oh, the same thing. Your scene partner is just the reader. So I would just go in with like intentions, the same way I learned from acting. And then I would pull all the storytelling stuff that I was naturally good at. And I'm such a pop culture hoe. Can I say that?
Yes.
I'm such a pop culture hoe.
I love this. Well, I noticed like Lady Gaga and...
so I could pull references for people and bring it into the copy, that the personality piece that I think a lot of people were missing then. I think that was really what I was great at. But to be honest with you, I think also the reason at that time, Barb, I didn't really care, because I was like, well, I'm just going to be an actor. So I could really take the feedback from it. It didn't hurt. I was just like, okay, yeah, I sucked on this project. Okay, great. Tell me what to do so I can be better next time. But like, I didn't care, because I thought I was going to go be an actor. And then I had this Winnie the Pooh audition where I was very excited.
What do you mean, a Winnie the Pooh audition?
For Winnie the Pooh, for like a theater production of Winnie the Pooh. And I was very excited.
What character?
Rabbit.
Okay.
Which I actually thought I'd be brilliant. So I thought I was going to make Rabbit like Marisa Tomei's character from My Cousin Vinny. Like sassy, give him like a Brooklyn accent. I was ready for this. And there was a confusion that morning of my audition about my union status. I'll never forget. And they just said I didn't need to come in. And I don't know why that broke me. I had overalls on because I thought like that's what Rabbit would wear.
Okay.
Out, in his little garden.
Yeah.
And I just started taking my overalls off one by one until I swear to God, I was just naked in my kitchen. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Aww.
I just felt like my fate was in the hands of someone else. And I just was like, I don't want to do it. And then like 2 weeks later, I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do? I've never done anything else in my life but be an actor. So I went to undergrad, grad. I've never done anything else besides these like side gigs. And I was like, well, wait a second. My clients are getting really good results. What if I could create a community around this and still find a way to kind of be on stage and be in front of the camera and help people? And, that's what I did. And then a few months later is when I created the Copy Chat.
Wow.
Yep.
I love.
Yeah. So thank you. I'm very thankful for that failed Winnie the Pooh audition, even though I'm telling you my Rabbit would have been brilliant.
What are some things that you see people need to fix on their copy?
So I think right now with AI, I think the biggest thing that we're missing is that people's personality, like people make purchasing decisions based on two things. One is what you're selling, something that I want or I need. So the message has to be crystal clear. But then after that, the second way that people make purchasing decisions is, are you the person that I want to do it with? Do I get a sense of your, someone was saying yesterday about you, Barb, they saw a video of you, they saw you, they just wanted in. There was something about your energy. They were like, this is the person I want to grow my empire with. And so if we don't get elements of your voice, your vibe, your values, we're missing out on that. And it's not just to have personality like buzzwords. It's a very client-focused thing to do. If you really want people to make the best purchasing decision for them, then you got to make sure in the copy they can see that, so that on the inside, they're going to have better results with you. You're going to have a better rapport with them. You're going to have less refund requests. Like overall, you're going to have more retention.
Yeah.
So, and I'm seeing that kind of missing when I see people just call it the AI slop. And then they're like, oh, I can tell AI wrote it. But what I'm saying is even deeper than that. Like it's just devoid of personality, which is so needed when someone is making a purchasing decision. And I'm like, we got to bring that back. Even if you're using AI, we have to make sure that your personality is in there. Yeah.
How do you feel about AI? Like, do you want to embrace it?
At first, I was a no way. You know, the writer in me was like, absolutely not. If I can't think of something, I love that I have to stay up all night and think of a title for somebody's, summit or something that I'm working on. But what I have found it has been really wonderful at is research. I think it's really helped our clients think through ideas and brainstorming. Well, we have made a very conscious effort inside of the society is that it doesn't replace the writing. It doesn't replace your creativity, because again, you need that. So I have ways that people can, make stuff more effective or more efficient in terms of thinking through an idea. We have a couple kind of custom GPTs around that. But it is explicitly in there in the instructions for the MBOT, we call her, that she does not write for you.
We love MBOT.
MBOT, we love MBOT. And my people love MBOT. So I have worked really hard because to me, because I came from the actor world, to me, copywriting for marketing, for what I do, I always thought was a creative thing before it was a business thing. And I think that's why my copy worked so well for my clients, and why I think people in the Copy Confidence Society get such great results is we come at it from that angle and people resonate with it. They want to know. I always say we don't have control over if people will buy from us. There's so many different factors, but we have control over these 3 R's, that people will remember you, they'll rave about you, and they'll refer you. And your copy is the source of that. And if we outsource that, we lose that.
Yeah.
And so I'm happy to stand on that soapbox, but I've embraced it for research and stuff and brainstorming. And I think it's really helping our people just move through stuff faster.
Well, I know you helped so many of our attendees this week, but do you have a little nugget or a favorite moment that you had from the retreat?
From the retreat? I was thinking about this all night when I got back last night. When I came back yesterday and you all had the different pods and you were sitting there just answering all the questions. I just love that they could just come and sit and ask you. And I got so much out of when you were really talking about that pricing the way of like, it even made me think the way you were talking about like the different ways to like price things or talk about it. And I just felt so elevated just from sitting and listening to you. Like it was casual. It almost felt like this fireside chat with everybody, but there were so many things that like I quickly wanted to write down that really stood out to me. Especially,
I have the whole one voice noted.
Oh, you do? Okay, good. Because I was
like,
I came back and I'm like, I'm just here. I just want to have some of the cookies and hang out and watch. And then I was like, oh, wait, Barb's saying this about pricing. Absolutely. So true. So true. I was like, I want to write this down. I want to write that down. And I just think overall what I found was being in a room where you do feel elevated from that room. I really felt elevated from it. Like I woke up this morning and I was like, I was really feeling myself.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah. I'm like telling the team, I'm like, yeah, I want to think about something for society. I think we should raise this. I think we should do this. And I really got that energy from the event.
Great.
Yeah.
What's your this is a random question.
Oh, I love it. I'm ready.
But you're the only New Yorker on the pods
Okay.
today. What's your favorite Broadway show right now?
Right now? My favorite Broadway show? Oh gosh, there's so many great things. I would always tell you, I take people to it. It's called And Juliet.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
It's pop. It's a great one to take people if they've never been to a Broadway show before because it's actually all pop music.
Okay.
So it's music you would know. It's basically this. What happens if Juliet doesn't die at the end of Juliet? And is there life after Romeo? And that's what Juliet goes on the quest to find out with her friends. And it is joy for 2.5 hours. It's not like a musical in the sense of like a Stephen Sondheim or something, but I think it's a great introduction to musicals and it's so much fun. It's called And Juliet.
Okay.
And
I'll fit it into my next New York trip.
It opens with her singing Hit Me Baby One More Time from Britney Spears.
Oh, I love. Have you seen Oh Mary?
Oh, Mary is fantastic. Have you seen Oh Mary?
I saw it a month ago.
Yeah.
And with Maya.
Yeah.
And because she's my friend, so I call her by her first
name.
Yeah. No. I wish it would have ended 5 minutes prior.
Yeah, it's a little,
like I wish it ended at the scene where everyone,
yeah.
And that was it. But besides that, it was great.
Yeah.
So funny.
Yeah. I always tell people when they come, like see something and then maybe see something you wouldn't normally see. If you're more of a musical person, like go see a play,
For sure.
And yeah.
Well, I highly recommend our listeners join your next copy chat. And tell them where they can find that.
Yeah, you can find at marisacorcoran.com. You can also go to thecopychat.com. And you can also follow me on Instagram. That's a great place to see what I'm up to. But Barb and I are going to talk about because I need to change my Instagram.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to talk about the name.
MTONI.
Okay.
MTONI. And I'm always talking about copy chat there, or what's upcoming, or I go behind the scenes and tell you who the speakers and what we're working on for it. So those are some great places.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. This has been so fun. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Life Changing Money. Don't forget to subscribe, and I would love if you left a review and shared it with your friends. See you next time.